What is up, YouTube? This is Hypergun, your chef with the cat, back again for another video, and welcome to this week's segment of Throwdown Thursday. Now, this week I decided to do something really cool. Since the new movie is recently released, Konami decided to do a bunch of cool stuff for the two main characters of the original series, Yugi and Kaiba. One of the things they decided to do is new structure decks for them, and in them they tend to focus on some of the more unique monsters that made up a small fraction of the deck that was included. Of that is for Yugi, it was the Magnet Warriors, a series of 3 monsters that combined to make a bigger monster. Kaiba had one of those as well. His were the XYZ monsters. And I don't mean the ones that you overlay. No. I'm talking to some of the first ever Union monsters that we had. X-Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank. Now, these cards are really cool, and even got featured again in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX used by Chaz Princeton, with the addition of the V Tiger Jet and W Wing Catapult. And all of them could be combined to form the VWXYZ Dragon Cannon Catapult, and there were various subsequent smaller fusions between them. However, they decided to add in 3 new ones, the ABC series, which could combine to form ABC Dragon Buster. And, if combined with the old XYZ Dragon Cannon, can create the A to Z Dragon Buster Cannon, which is an amazingly cool monster and one that I desperately wanted to find. Now, in my attempt to actually working with this deck, I encountered a really odd scenario I don't think I could have ever planned for. One of the duels that I had was against actually a very interesting person, who went by the screen name of Ben105. Ben, if you're watching this, it was a lot of fun. But when he first made his move, I realized very quickly what we had on our hands. We had an A to Z mirror match. Yes, he too was using the A to Z archetype. And I mean all of them. The new ABCs, the XYZ, and even VW. So, when he realized that I was also using this, we both got kind of giddy about it, and decided to make it an entire series. So, while I don't believe that he is subscribed to my channel in actuality, so I can't call it a subscriber showdown, this is still an amazing showdown of the A to Z mirror match. Well, actually, quick note before we do get started, I unfortunately did not save the first video that we had, because when he challenged me to a rematch, I figured it might be a bit more even. He did beat me in the first one, I will openly admit to that. Just in case he does see this, I don't want him thinking I'm only doing all of the glory moments for me. No. He did good too. Very good duelist, and helped me highlight what the deck can do. Now let's get started. Now, starting off our glorious trilogy of mirror matches, we have technically our second duel. As I said, I didn't realize this was going to turn into such a big thing, so just so you guys know, both of us do use every single one of these monsters. The new ABCs, the old XYZ, and even VW. We never get VW to work, but still. So I go ahead and bring out ABC Buster. This thing is so stupid good, and it's so easy to get just because the material can be either on the field or in the graveyard when you banish it, and its effects are just so good. But this is where you get to see how truly stupid it is. So I use this effect, and during its opponent's turn, you can send it to the graveyard to summon the banished materials for it, or at least 3 banished Light Machine Unions. I do this, they all go to the graveyard, but I get each of their effects. One adds from the hand, one specials from the hand, and another just adds from the deck. So, in effect, I managed to get off every single thing I need back. So, I have A and B on the field thanks to Union Hanger, and I have a C in my hand, effectively meaning that I can get it right back. I just decided to go ahead and frontline base in order to get him out, add the Z Metal Tank to my Y Dragon Head. He does Compulsive, which is kind of annoying, but not much I can do about that. Unfortunately, it was during my turn, so I couldn't really do too much. I do manage to get rid of that and just start kind of wailing away. Now, at this point, in my mind, it's all but certain, but then he pulls this on me, which does, I do have to admit, was pretty impressive. This is what I like about this deck, just the comeback potential is pretty good. I mean, now, he did kind of mess up slightly there, but it's no big deal. He still has a good amount of potential to be able to come back from this. These decks are just really, really good. So, I'm just doing my thing. He's trying to maintain with just a singular A. I did get rid of his other thing. So, unfortunately, there's not too much he can do. This Honest, for me, was pretty much the tipping point. So I decided to go ahead and do that so I can get back. See, I meant to do this last turn, I just kind of forgot. So I just go ahead and wail away on him, get him down as low as I can. Then main phase 2, go ahead and create ABC. I didn't realize I already had a B in my graveyard, so I decided to keep the one on the field that I had, just for more attack power. He just brings out X-Head Can, just tries to get rid of what he can, because at this point it is over. And just because I wasn't sure what that face down was, or whether or not he had an Honest, I decided to play it safe with heavy neck support armor, bring back B, just because B is the searcher. Do that, get rid of the Twin Twister. He did get rid of some of my things, but that really did not make any sort of difference. And with that, it's basically game 1, so I won the first one. Oh, second one, technically. Next up, we have this one. Is this right side? Yeah, that's the right side. Okay, so I started off, just grab him, just mostly because I actually did have the V-Tiger set. I figured I might actually be able to get this off. I didn't have a front line base, so I wasn't able to do it immediately. He pulled off a really interesting move, actually, with, what is it? Machina Armored Unit? Yeah, I didn't think of using this, but this is actually a really, really good card to use in this deck. I personally didn't. I guess I just ran out of room and didn't think of that, but no, that is very much a good thing, since a lot of the different monsters in there are all machines and have fairly close attacks, so you can kind of bounce between them pretty easily. Yeah, unfortunately I did get my frontline base now, but W-Wing Catapult's already in the graveyard, so that doesn't help me any. But it doesn't matter. I had my ABC Dragon Buster. I am more or less golden with this one. He brings out Gear Guardian X, which, admittedly, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit I did not think of. I don't know why I did not think to put Gear Guardian X into a deck of all level 4 machines. It just didn't occur to me for some reason. But, yeah, it's still not too big a deal, because Dragon Buster is stupid good, just being able to banish a card per turn. He brings out his. This is where things get kind of stupid. He attacks. I chain my thing to banish him. He chains his thing to banish me. It's his turn, so I just send mine to the graveyard to bring back my 3 banished ones. This is the stupidest thing I've ever discovered I can do with this. I just bring them all out. His thing gets banished. He whips my banish because mine's already in the graveyard, so his gets banished and mine is still in active, and I have all 3 of my monsters. It is the stupidest thing I have ever seen. On that note, though, it turns out that if you do have 2 ABCs facing each other, whoever's turn it isn't will win that matchup, because they can still chain their stuff whenever they need to. So, that one ended. I again got that one. So technically the overall score is he has 1, I have 2. Wrong side. So this was the last one that we did. And honestly, at this point, I kind of realized I was going to gain the upper hand pretty quickly, but I did not really want to win this one. I kind of wanted him to be able to, like, come back from whatever I come up. He did manage to stop my Union Hanger, which is pretty good. Union Hanger is kind of what makes this deck as stupid as it is. But yeah, so he doesn't have too much. I really don't have much either. I do have all of my A's, which is kind of funny. I just decided to go ahead and bring out X just because he is the hardest one to work with the XYZ ones. So I just go ahead and start swinging away. Yeah, he pulled out Splice Squad, which is an okay idea. I can appreciate Splice Squad on this, but at the same time, for a mirror match, it's not quite as good just because this deck does more banishing than destroying, I feel. So I just go ahead and pull him out. I don't feel like going for a clash. I mean, I could, but it just feels kind of pointless to me. He apparently does not have that same Coral, but then again, he also has Supply Squad out. And that was the only Union monster that I had, so he was able to get away with that one. So I just go ahead and set the Wide Dragon head, hoping he doesn't have anything that can destroy it. And of course he has an X-Head cannon, and he hits the weaker one. So I was kind of hoping to be able to work that one in somehow, but it just didn't work out. This card right here is one of the stupidest things I have ever seen, and yet it is amazing. Magnet Reverse, and you'll see that later, trust me. It's just one of the dumbest cards I've ever seen in this. So he managed to get rid of my ASL core. I personally would have saved that, but to each their own. This part blew my mind. He has all three and actually manages to go for XYZ Dragon Cannon. I had to give this guy kudos for that. That was amazing, because I have not been able to do that yet. So I decided to go for this, just have him blow up, because I already know I have an A in the graveyard. I get C, main phase 2, normal summon, and just bring out ABC, and ABC is stronger, so I was able to just banish that. And I went ahead and set Magnet Reverse, just so I didn't have to worry about that one later. For those of you guys who don't know, what it does is it targets a machine or a rock type monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, that is either banished or in your graveyard, and special summons it. So he goes in and does Mirror Force. I just go ahead and banish his thing, because I know there's not much I can do about that. I'm just going to have to take that. ASL core goes off. I activate Magnet Reverse and just go ahead and get ABC back, and just swing away. This is kind of the point where I really did start saying to myself, I wanted this guy to win, just because this is the kind of scenario where you can come back. It does prove just how powerful this deck can be. So I did kind of hold off on the banishing, not for the sake of like God, what am I saying? Not just for the sake of letting him do his thing, but I also wanted to see what he would be able to do with this. So I just start doing my thing. When it's my turn, I'm not holding back at all, so it's not like I was trying to go easy on him or anything. I assure you that was definitely not the case. Then I made Scramble Union, which actually really did catch me off guard. At that point, he manages to bring out these three, which seemed a little odd choices since I was getting rid of Y Metal Tank. But he did manage to get all this off. I probably should have gotten rid of the Supply Squad, but I figured it made it more fun that way. So he uses Scramble Union's effect in order to get off, get him back, and then goes for his own ABC. I've already shown you guys how this little song and dance works. His is going to get banished, mine is going to be in the graveyard, and I'm going to get all three of my guys back. I still can't get over how stupid this is. And since they're all there, and while it is his turn, I know he's not going to be able to get another one as easily. At least I don't think he is. Yeah, because he was missing C. C usually does tend to be the one that's harder to get access to, mostly just because A and B are so much better. So I just go ahead and swing away at these guys, mostly because I forgot that he had two equipped to it already, so that was mostly my own stupid fault right there. That was kind of what did me in there. That Solemn Warning, it brought him down to the last 700, but I still had the Honest, so I still felt like I had a good chance. Just, it didn't really matter what he did. He did get the C, so he does get ABC. He's going to knock me down by quite a bit. Not quite enough to kill, but in my mind, I still got Honest, so I'm still good. But unfortunately, I did forget one very important thing. ABC can banish during your opponent's turn. I don't know why I forgot about that. And just for the hell of it, I just discarded the Honest just so I could show him what I was planning, because he had me at that point. That was game. So, in a weird way, I got my wish, and he did manage to come back like a boss on that one. Even if it was, like, I will only say partially, because I wasn't banishing probably as much as I should have, but I was also trying to maintain some sort of hand advantage. Either way, this was an amazing series of duels, and for me really did highlight exactly what makes the new ABC Union monsters so good, especially with the old VWXYZ monsters. So again, shoutouts to Ben105. You were amazing in this duel and really did help me show off exactly what the A to Z archetype is capable of. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think this mirror match was as amazing as I did? Do you guys have any thoughts on how you could potentially make this deck even more insane than it already is? You can let me know down in the comments below, or like my page on Facebook to let me know there. Of course, I also do occasional updates, so it's a good way to figure out what I'm doing. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for further content. Until next time, peace.